Hello, amazing English learners, and welcome back to the English in Fluency channel. I'm Alex, and I'm genuinely thrilled to have you join me today. Whether you're commuting to work, enjoying a peaceful walk, getting creative in the kitchen, or simply unwinding after a long day, thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. Your dedication to mastering English truly inspires me, and I'm incredibly excited to guide you further on your journey. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that I know resonates with nearly every single English learner: cracking the code of native English speakers. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation feeling completely lost, struggling to keep pace with rapid-fire speech, or getting tangled up by unfamiliar accents and perplexing slang? It's a universal hurdle, a common frustration that many of you share, but rest assured, it's a challenge we are absolutely going to conquer together. In this episode, I'm going to unpack some truly fresh, actionable strategies that promise to revolutionize your listening comprehension. We'll peel back the layers to understand precisely why native speakers sound so different from the controlled audio you might find in textbooks. More importantly, I'll equip you with practical techniques you can begin implementing right now to not only understand native speakers with greater ease, but also to boost your overall confidence in your English abilities. Make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'll be revealing a powerful, often overlooked secret, a bonus tip that will genuinely accelerate your understanding, even when facing the fastest, most natural conversations. So, let's unlock these secrets and begin. Understanding the native speaker's code. The core challenges. Let's start by demystifying why understanding native English speakers can often feel like you're trying to decipher a secret code. It's much more than just knowing vocabulary. It's intrinsically linked to how those words are delivered and strung together in natural conversation. First, there's the critical aspect of speed and rhythm. Native speakers typically speak at a much quicker pace than the carefully articulated audio you encounter in language learning materials. This isn't a deliberate attempt to confuse you. It's simply their organic, comfortable rhythm of speech. Hand in hand with speed comes connected speech, a phenomenon where individual words merge seamlessly into one another, often making it incredibly difficult to pick out distinct boundaries between them. For instance, the phrase "going to" very frequently collapses into "gonna," or "want to" becomes "wanna." Even a simple question like, "Did you eat?" can transform into a quick, "Did ya eat?" This natural blending and reduction of sounds can make identifying individual words a genuine challenge. Second, we must address the vast landscape of accents and dialects. English, as a truly global language, boasts an astonishing array of accents. An American accent is audibly distinct from a British one, and both are clearly separate from Australian, Canadian, or even Irish accents. Furthermore, even within a single country, regional dialects can introduce unique pronunciations, distinct intonation patterns, and specialized vocabulary. The key to navigating this diversity is consistent exposure. Third, and often most perplexing, is the heavy reliance on informal language, idiomatic expressions, and slang. Everyday conversations are saturated with phrases and expressions that are not meant to be taken literally. If someone remarks, "It's raining cats and dogs," They're certainly not suggesting that animals are plummeting from the sky. They simply mean it's raining very heavily. Similarly, hang in there is an encouraging phrase meaning don't give up. Slang, on the other hand, is a dynamic and ever-evolving aspect of language, often specific to a particular age group, social circle, or geographic region, making it particularly challenging to pin down. Please don't allow these common linguistic features to discourage you. They are simply inherent and natural characteristics of spoken English. With the consistent application of the right strategies and dedicated practice, you can absolutely and significantly improve your listening comprehension, leading to a much more comfortable and confident experience when interacting with native speakers. Powerful strategies to master listening comprehension. A deep dive. Now, let's explore some truly actionable techniques that you can begin implementing today to boost your listening skills. Strategy 1. Embrace the gist. Release the burden of perfection. One of the most common and counterproductive mistakes learners make is attempting to understand every single word spoken. This perfectionist mindset often leads to overwhelming frustration, mental exhaustion, and ultimately, discouragement. Instead, I urge you to practice grasping the gist, that is, the main idea, the overall message, or the core meaning of what's being communicated. How to do it? When you're listening to a podcast, watching a video, or engaging in a conversation, actively resist the impulse to pause and look up every unfamiliar word. Your primary focus should be on listening for the keywords, the prominent nouns, active verbs, and descriptive adjectives that inherently carry the bulk of the message. These are the anchors of understanding. Why it works. By shifting your focus from individual words to the overall meaning, you train your brain to infer context and build comprehension from broader strokes, mimicking how native speakers process information. This reduces cognitive overload and builds resilience against missing minor details. Practical application. After listening to a short segment, perhaps 30 to 60 seconds, pause and try to summarize it in just 1 or 2 simple sentences in your own words. This exercise forces your brain to extract the core message, rather than getting bogged down by every minute detail. You'll quickly discover that even if you miss a few individual words, you can still perfectly grasp the conversation's essence. Don't worry if your summary isn't perfect. The goal is to get the main point. Strategy 2. Active listening. Moving beyond passive hearing. Active listening is a fundamental skill that transcends merely hearing sounds. It demands true engagement with what is being communicated. It involves a dynamic process of mental processing, interpretation, and interaction. Predict and anticipate. As a speaker progresses through their sentence, consciously try to anticipate what they might say next. This isn't about mind reading, but about using context and grammar to make educated guesses. This sharpens your brain's ability to connect ideas rapidly and efficiently. Visualize and connect. As you listen, actively try to create vivid mental images or scenarios of what's being described. If someone talks about a bustling city street, picture it in your mind. This sensory connection deeply strengthens your comprehension and makes the information more memorable. Paraphrase internally. Periodically, mentally rephrase what the speaker has just conveyed in simpler terms or your own words. This internal monologue serves as a powerful self-check, immediately confirming whether your understanding aligns with the speaker's message. Why it works. Active listening transforms you from a passive receiver into an engaged participant, making your brain work harder to connect the dots and anticipate meaning, which is crucial for real-time comprehension. Strategy 3. Strategic immersion, the art of controlled exposure. While complete immersion is the dream for many, strategic, controlled exposure is a more practical and equally powerful approach for learners. Start with comfort content. Select TV shows, movies, podcasts, or even audiobooks that genuinely capture your interest and are perhaps slightly below or at your current English comprehension level. The more you enjoy the content, the more likely you are to stick with it, and the more effectively the learning will solidify. Wise use of English subtitles. Initially, feel free to use English subtitles. This provides a crucial link between the spoken word and its written form. However, as you gain confidence, gradually challenge yourself to watch without subtitles, or only glance at them when you encounter a genuinely confusing moment. The ultimate aim is to train your ears to understand, not to rely perpetually on your eyes. Progressive podcast listening. Begin with podcasts specifically designed for English learners, which often feature slower speech and clearer articulation. Once you feel comfortable, gradually transition to podcasts created for native speakers on topics you enjoy. Why it works. Controlled immersion allows you to gradually acclimatize to native speed and nuances without being overwhelmed, building your stamina and familiarity over time. Strategy 4. Harnessing the power of transcripts. Your listening blueprint transcripts are indispensable tools for dissecting fast speech, understanding connected words, and identifying specific vocabulary that might have slipped past you. Think of them as the blueprint for the audio you're hearing. The transformative 3-pass method. First, listen. No transcript. Simply listen to a short audio clip or video segment, e.g., 1 to 2 minutes. Focus on getting the main idea. Don't worry about missing words. This builds your initial comprehension and identifies your true listening gaps. Second, listen with transcript. Now, listen to the exact same segment while actively reading along with the transcript. This is your revelation moment. You'll pinpoint precisely which words you missed, or which word combinations sounded completely different due to connected speech or reductions. Pay close attention to how words blend and change sounds. Third, listen. No transcript again. Listen one more time to the segment without the transcript. You will be genuinely amazed at how much more you understand now that your brain has connected the sounds to the written words. This final pass directly trains your ear to recognize those specific sounds and patterns naturally in future listening situations. Why it works. This method creates a powerful feedback loop, allowing you to identify your exact weak points and then reinforce correct understanding, building stronger neural connections for listening comprehension. Strategy 5. Tune into intonation and stress. The music of English is what we call a stress-timed language, meaning certain words or syllables within a sentence are naturally emphasized or stressed. The overall melody of a sentence Its rising and falling pitch, known as intonation, can dramatically alter its meaning and convey emotion. Listen for the punches. Become a detective for emphasis. Pay close attention to which words a native speaker punches or emphasizes within a sentence. These are almost always the most important words, carrying the core meaning or highlighting new information. Deconstruct the melody. Notice how the pitch of a speaker's voice rises and falls. Does it rise at the end of a question? Does it fall to indicate completion? This music of English is vital for understanding not just what is said, but the speaker's intent and emotion. Copy the melody, shadowing light. When you practice speaking, even to yourself, or when shadowing, consciously try to imitate the rise and fall of a native speaker's voice and their word stress. This internal and external practice will not only refine your pronunciation, but also attune your ear to the natural rhythm of English, making it significantly easier to follow conversations and understand subtle meanings. Why it works. Understanding stress and intonation provides crucial non-lexical clues to meaning. It's like having an extra layer of understanding beyond individual words. Strategy 6. Don't translate. Think directly in English. One of the most significant hurdles that slows down listening comprehension is the ingrained habit of mentally translating everything you hear into your native language before processing or responding. This constant translation middleman is incredibly inefficient. Aim for direct comprehension. When you hear English, make a conscious effort to process it directly in English. Focus immediately on the meaning of the English words and phrases, rather than converting them. Start small, build up. Begin by practicing thinking in English with very simple concepts. Describe mundane objects around you in English in your head. This is a blue pen. I am drinking water. The cat is sleeping. This seemingly simple exercise builds a foundational mental framework for direct English thought. Describe your day. Narrate your daily activities to yourself silently in English. First, I woke up. Then I made coffee. This helps to solidify connections between concepts and English words without the translation step. Why it works. Bypassing the translation step allows for much faster processing of information, getting you closer to the speed of native speakers. Strategy 7. Engage in low-stakes, high-frequency practice. Reduce the anxiety associated with performance by actively seeking out practice environments where mistakes are not only tolerated but expected and embraced as part of the learning process. The power of self-talk. Regularly describe your day, narrate your current actions, or simply express your internal thoughts and feelings aloud in English when you are alone. This builds immense comfort with forming English thoughts and sounds without external pressure. It's your personal English laboratory. Seek out language exchange partners. Utilize platforms like HelloTalk or Tandem to connect with native English speakers who are learning your native language. This creates a balanced, supportive, and non-judgmental environment for mutual practice. You'll gain invaluable real-time listening practice and often receive direct, encouraging feedback. Join conversation groups. Look for online or in-person English conversation groups. These are fantastic places to practice in a relaxed setting, meet other learners, and get exposed to various accents and speaking styles. Why it works. Frequent, low-pressure practice builds muscle memory for your ears and brain, slowly desensitizing you to the fear of not understanding and making real conversations less intimidating. Strategy 8. Gradually increase speed. The ladder approach. If you're finding native speech too fast, don't despair. Many digital platforms offer a fantastic solution: the ability to adjust playback speed. Start below 1.0x. On platforms like YouTube, podcasts, or audiobooks, begin by listening to content at a slightly slower speed, perhaps 0.75x or 0.9x. Incremental increases. As you become more comfortable and your comprehension improves at one speed, gradually increase it. Move from 0.75x to 0.85x, then 0.9x, and eventually to 1.0x, normal speed, or even faster if you want a challenge. Why it works? This method is like climbing a ladder. Each step builds confidence and ability for the next. It allows your brain to gradually adapt to faster processing speeds without being overwhelmed. Strategy 9. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification. It's a sign of strength. This is perhaps one of the simplest yet most effective strategies, and often the one learners are most hesitant to use. Remember, it's perfectly okay, and even helpful, to ask for clarification when you don't understand something in a conversation. Common phrases for clarification. Sorry. Could you say that again? I didn't quite catch that. Could you explain it differently? What do you mean by specific word phrase? Could you speak a little slower, please? If appropriate and needed. Could you rephrase that? Why it works. Native speakers are almost always understanding and happy to help. Asking for clarification shows that you are engaged, proactive in your learning, and truly trying to understand, rather than simply pretending. It saves you from misunderstanding and allows for immediate learning. Strategy 10. Leverage context clues. Your language decoder. Ring one of the most powerful tools in your listening arsenal is the ability to use context clues. Even if you don't understand every single word, the surrounding information can often help you infer meaning. Look at the situation. Where are you? What is the general topic of conversation? Is it a casual chat, a business meeting, or a news report? The setting provides a framework. Observe body language and tone. Non-verbal cues can reveal a lot. Is the speaker happy, angry, confused? Their facial expressions, gestures, and tone of voice add layers of meaning. The overall narrative. If you're listening to a story or a discussion, try to piece together the main narrative arc. Even if a specific word is unfamiliar, the plot or flow of ideas can often lead you to its meaning. Example: if you're talking about cars and someone says, "The car broke down and we had to call for a tow." Even if tow is new, the context of a broken car strongly suggests help getting it to a repair shop. Why it works. Context clues allow you to fill in the blanks mentally, reducing the pressure to understand every single word and training your brain to make educated guesses, which is a crucial skill for real-time communication. Strategy 11. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate every tiny victory. This might be the most important strategy of all. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint, especially when it comes to adapting to diverse speeds, accents, and unique speech patterns. Normal to struggle. It is completely normal and expected to feel like you're not understanding everything right away. Do not let this discourage you. Focus on progress, not perfection. Fluency is a journey of continuous improvement, not a destination reached overnight. Every single time you listen to a native speaker, you are making progress, even if it feels imperceptible in the moment. Acknowledge small wins. Celebrate the little victories. Did you understand a sentence you couldn't grasp last week? Did you catch a slang term you just learned? These small moments accumulate and propel you forward. Take breaks. If frustration sets in, step away. Come back refreshed. Remind yourself of how far you've already come. Why it works. Patience cultivates resilience. By embracing the learning process and celebrating small achievements, you maintain motivation and prevent burnout, ensuring long-term success. Strategy 12. Integrate listening comprehension. Exercises for a more structured and targeted approach to improving your listening skills. Incorporate dedicated listening comprehension exercises into your routine. Where to find them? Many high-quality language learning apps, like Duolingo, Babbel, websites like ESL Bits, Breaking News English, and specialized textbooks offer exercises where you listen to audio recordings and then answer questions based on what you heard. Types of content. These exercises expose you to a variety of spoken English contexts, from casual conversations to formal lectures, news broadcasts, and interviews, helping you become versatile in different listening situations. Focus on detail. They often challenge you to listen for specific information and details, a skill that is invaluable for real-world communication beyond just grasping the main idea. Progression. Start with exercises that match your current proficiency, and gradually increase the difficulty as your skills develop. Why it works. Structured exercises provide immediate feedback on your comprehension, helping you pinpoint specific areas for improvement and track your progress systematically. Strategy 13. Systematically improve your vocabulary. The broader your vocabulary, the easier it will be to understand native speakers, especially in fast-paced or nuanced conversations where idiomatic expressions and slang are prevalent. Daily word acquisition. Make it a habit to learn new words every single day. Keep a dedicated notebook or use a digital flashcard app. Contextual learning. When you encounter a new word while listening to podcasts, watching TV shows, or reading, don't just learn its definition. Pay attention to the context in which it was used. How did the speaker use it? What other words were around it? Focus on common usage. Prioritize learning words and phrases that are frequently used in everyday conversations related to topics like food, travel, work, hobbies, and shopping. These are your foundational building blocks for real-life understanding. Learn collocations. Beyond single words, learn collocations, groups of words that naturally go together. For example, instead of just make, learn make a decision, make a mistake, make an effort. This understanding of natural word pairings enhances both your comprehension and your own fluency. Why it works. A robust vocabulary reduces the number of unknown words, allowing your brain to focus more on processing meaning and less on decoding individual terms. Strategy 14. Get comfortable with idiomatic expressions. Idiomatic expressions are the flavor of natural English conversation, but their non-literal meanings can be a significant barrier if you're unfamiliar with them. Meaning versus literal. An idiom is a phrase where the meaning is entirely different from the literal interpretation of the individual words. "It's raining cats and dogs" is a classic example. Exposure is key. The best way to learn them is through repeated exposure. Listen actively for phrases that don't make sense literally. Look up and practice. When you hear an idiom you don't know, look it up. Understand its true meaning. Then, try to incorporate it into your own active vocabulary. Practice using it in sentences. Common categories. Many idioms relate to common themes like emotions, feeling blue, time flies, or challenges, a piece of cake. Focusing on these categories can help. Why it works. Understanding idioms unlocks a vast layer of natural English communication, allowing you to grasp subtle meanings and integrate more authentically into conversations. Strategy 15. Practice active listening. Beyond just hearing words. This strategy is so crucial, it deserves a deeper dive. Active listening transforms you from a passive audience member into an engaged participant, ensuring deeper comprehension. Engage fully. Active listening means you are fully immersed and focused on the speaker. It's not just about hearing the words, it's about paying attention to their tone, their body language, and the broader context of the conversation. These nonverbal cues often provide invaluable information that clarifies meaning. The power of paraphrasing. A superb technique for active listening is to mentally, or even quietly, if you're alone, repeat what the speaker has just said in your own words. This is called paraphrasing. If you can accurately rephrase what you've heard, it's a strong indicator that you've genuinely understood the message. Avoid interrupting. Practice letting the speaker finish their complete thought before formulating your response. This allows you to catch all the details, nuances, and the full scope of their message, preventing premature assumptions and ensuring you understand the complete picture. Why it works? Active listening forces your brain to process information more deeply, using multiple cues, verbal and nonverbal, to construct meaning, leading to far more accurate and robust comprehension. Strategy 16. Join conversation groups. Real-world practice. Stepping into real-world conversations is perhaps the most direct and effective way to rapidly improve both your listening and speaking skills. Conversation groups provide that vital bridge. Benefits. These groups offer a fantastic opportunity to practice genuine, spontaneous conversations with other English learners, and sometimes even with native speakers. Accessibility. You can find these groups both online, via apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or platforms like Meetup.com, and in person, depending on your location. Online groups, in particular, connect you with a diverse range of speakers from all corners of the globe. Varied exposure. The beauty of these groups lies in the exposure to different accents, speaking styles, and vocabulary, all within a relaxed and incredibly supportive environment. Valuable feedback. Many groups offer a chance for informal feedback from peers or native speakers, which is invaluable for identifying areas for improvement. Active listening within groups. While participating, make a conscious effort to not just speak, but to listen actively. Ensure you truly understand what others are saying before you formulate your own contribution. This dynamic exchange sharpens your comprehension skills significantly. Why it works. Conversation groups provide immediate, real-time exposure to natural speech patterns and interactive dialogue, forcing your brain to process information quickly and adapt on the fly. Strategy 17. Master stress and intonation. The emotional landscape of English. This is a nuanced but incredibly powerful aspect of English that, once understood, unlocks deeper layers of meaning. Defining stress. Stress refers to which syllables or entire words are emphasized or given more prominence within a sentence. Defining intonation. Intonation is the melody of speech, the rise and fall of your voice. It conveys emotion, clarifies meaning, and indicates whether you're asking a question or making a statement. Meaning shift example. Consider the simple sentence, I didn't say you stole my book. I didn't say you stole my book. Someone else said it, not me. I didn't say you stole my book. I implied it, but didn't use those exact words. I didn't say you stole my book. Someone else stole it. I didn't say you stole my book. You stole someone else's book. I didn't say you stole my book. You stole something else, not my book. Practice recognition. When listening, actively train your ear to notice which words native speakers stress. Pay attention to the subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, changes in pitch. Mimic and repeat. When practicing, try to imitate their stress and intonation patterns. This auditory mimicry not only improves your own natural delivery, but profoundly enhances your ability to follow the natural rhythm of spoken English. Why it works. Stress and intonation are critical carriers of meaning and emotion. By understanding them, you gain a richer, more accurate interpretation of spoken English, especially in nuanced conversations. Strategy 18. Utilize transcripts and re-listen. The loop for mastery. We briefly touched on transcripts, but let's emphasize the powerful re-listen loop. Access transcripts. Many podcasts, YouTube videos, and audio learning resources offer transcripts, the exact written words of the audio. Always seek these out. The power loop. First listen. Blind. Play the audio without the transcript. Focus purely on what you can catch. This assesses your baseline understanding. Second, listen. Read along. Play the same audio again, but this time, follow along with the transcript. This is where the magic happens. You connect the sounds you struggled with to their written form. Notice how words are linked or reduced. Third, listen. Re-engage blind. Play the audio one more time without the transcript. You'll be amazed at how much more you understand. Your brain has now made stronger connections between the sounds and their meanings. Why it works. This iterative process helps to bridge the gap between auditory perception and written comprehension, effectively training your ear to recognize spoken patterns more quickly and accurately. Over time, you'll find yourself relying less and less on the transcript. Strategy 19. Learn to recognize filler words, the breadth of conversation. Native speakers frequently use filler words in their everyday conversations. While they might initially seem like unnecessary noise, they serve important functions, and recognizing them can greatly aid your comprehension. Common fillers, words like you know, like, basically, actually, so, and right, are very common in English. Purpose of fillers. They don't add much literal meaning. Instead, they serve to fill pauses while the speaker thinks. Signal that the speaker isn't finished talking. Act as a conversational bridge. Seek agreement or understanding from the listener. Don't get distracted. At first, these fillers can be distracting or even confusing, making the conversation seem less clear or more disorganized. The key is to train yourself not to get bogged down by them. Focus on core message. Once you start recognizing fillers, you'll be able to filter them out and focus more intently on the main points the speaker is trying to convey. They become background noise rather than obstacles. Why it works. Understanding fillers helps you distinguish between essential content and conversational pauses, allowing you to focus your mental energy on the truly important parts of the message. Strategy. 20. Watch TED Talks and other educational videos. Clarity for learning. If you're seeking high-quality, articulate, and often moderately paced English speech, TED Talks are an unparalleled resource. Features. TED Talks feature insightful speakers from diverse backgrounds sharing ideas on a vast range of compelling topics. The speakers typically aim for clarity and engagement, making them excellent for learners. Subtitles and transcripts. Most TED Talks offer comprehensive English subtitles and full transcripts, allowing you to utilize the powerful 3-pass method. Strategy 18 for deep listening practice. Vocabulary expansion. The topics are often informative and complex, exposing you to a wide array of academic and general vocabulary. Why it works. TED Talks combine engaging content with clear, purposeful speech, providing a rich, accessible learning environment that simultaneously improves listening skills and broadens your knowledge. Strategy. 21. Prioritize practical vocabulary. Words for real life. While building a vast vocabulary is always beneficial, focusing on practical, high-frequency words used in everyday conversations will yield the most immediate benefits for listening comprehension. Focus on the common. Native speakers, in their daily lives, rely heavily on a core set of common words and phrases. Prioritize learning the vocabulary related to everyday activities: family, food, travel, work, shopping, hobbies, ordering at a restaurant, asking for directions. Active recognition. Practice recognizing these words instantly when native speakers use them. This is different from just knowing their dictionary definition. It's about quick, automatic understanding in spoken contexts. Contextual practice. Try to use these practical words in your own sentences and scenarios. The more you produce them, the easier it will be to comprehend them when others speak. Why it works. By mastering the most commonly used vocabulary, you significantly increase your chances of understanding the majority of daily conversations, reducing cognitive load and boosting confidence. Strategy 22. Diversify your audio sources. Oral versatility. To truly become versatile in understanding native speakers, expose yourself to a wide range of audio types and speaking styles. Variety is key. Don't just stick to one type of content. Listen to news broadcasts. Tend to use more formal, structured language. Interviews. Offer conversational, often spontaneous, Q&A formats. Podcasts. Range from casual chats to highly produced narratives, covering countless topics. Radio shows, live, unscripted content with various hosts and callers, YouTube videos, informal, conversational, and often visually supported. Audiobooks expose you to narrative structures and descriptive language. Why it works. Each audio type presents different linguistic challenges and speaking styles. By diversifying, you train your ear to adapt to various speeds, vocabulary registers, and intonation patterns, making you a more adaptable listener in any real-world scenario. Strategy 23. Keep a listening journal. Track your progress. A listening journal is a fantastic tool for active learning, self-assessment, and sustained improvement. What to record? In your journal, physical or digital, jot down new words or phrases you encounter while listening, idioms or slang that were initially confusing, the context in which these words, phrases were used, e.g., heard break a leg in a movie before an actor went on stage, how the speaker pronounced them, e.g., gonna for going to, any specific accent that challenged you. Focus on weaknesses. By tracking what's difficult, you can pinpoint specific areas for targeted learning. Reinforce learning. Actively review your journal entries. Try using the newly learned words or phrases in your own practice sentences. This active recall and application helps to solidify them in your memory. Why it works. A listening journal creates a personalized learning database. It allows you to see your progress, identify recurring challenges, and engage in deliberate practice based on your actual listening experiences. Strategy 24. Leverage technology and apps, your modern learning toolkit. In today's digital age, you have an incredible array of apps and technology at your fingertips, offering unprecedented opportunities to enhance your English listening skills anytime, anywhere. Language learning apps, Duolingo, Babbel, and Memories are excellent for building foundational vocabulary and listening comprehension through bite-sized lessons, audio clips, and interactive quizzes. Flashcard apps. Anki is a powerful spaced repetition flashcard system. You can create custom flashcards for new words, phrases, and even short sentences you hear with accompanying audio. This helps you actively recall and memorize difficult items. Podcast apps. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. These platforms host an endless library of English content at all levels, from learner-focused shows to native speaker news, entertainment, and educational podcasts. You can often adjust playback speed, too. Immersive conversation apps, Hello Talk and Tandem, connect you with native speakers for free language exchange. This is like having a language partner in your pocket, offering real-time, authentic listening and speaking practice. Interactive features. Many apps allow you to adjust audio speed, loop difficult sections, or even slow down conversations word by word. This personalized approach empowers you to practice at your own pace and focus on specific challenges. Why it works. Technology makes learning incredibly convenient, interactive, and personalized. It provides a constant stream of authentic input and opportunities for targeted practice, fitting seamlessly into your busy life. Thank you so much for dedicating your valuable time to join me today on the English in Fluency channel. I genuinely hope that these comprehensive original strategies empower you to feel significantly more confident and proficient in understanding native English speakers. Always remember, Achieving fluency isn't a quest for absolute perfection. It's a continuous, rewarding journey of progress and connection. Every single time you consciously apply even one of these tips, you are making a substantial leap forward. Now that we've covered these powerful strategies, it's truly your turn to put them into action. Let's transform listening into a dynamic and consistent habit. If these in-depth tips resonated with you and ignited your motivation, please give this video a big thumbs up. Your likes are incredibly helpful, as they signal to me that I'm providing valuable content, and they also help our channel reach even more aspiring English learners around the globe. Don't miss out on any future transformative lessons. Subscribe to the English in Fluency channel right now. And here's a crucial step. Make sure you hit that notification bell and select All, so you're always the very first to know when a new confidence-boosting episode drops. Do you know someone who struggles with understanding native speakers? Perhaps a classmate, a friend, or a family member. Please share this video with them. Supporting each other makes the language learning process infinitely more rewarding and enjoyable. After all, we are undoubtedly stronger when we learn together. But wait, I genuinely want to hear from you, my amazing community. Please take a moment and leave a comment below. Which one of these extensive original strategies are you most excited to integrate into your daily routine first? Or perhaps you have your own unique, battle-tested tip that helps you unravel native speech that you'd love to share. Feel absolutely free to connect with me, whether it's a message, a comment, or even a post tagging me on social media. I promise you, Alex loves reading your insights, and I'll be sure to cheer you on and celebrate your progress. Next time, we'll be tackling another incredibly engaging topic that's guaranteed to help you further sharpen your English speaking skills and build even greater confidence in every conversation. I am here, cheering you on, every single step of your remarkable journey, and I genuinely cannot wait to continue this learning adventure with you. Thank you once more for being here with me today and for making this valuable investment in your English skills. I am so incredibly proud of the consistent effort you're putting in and all the remarkable progress you're already making. Believe in yourself, embrace the learning process, and remember this truth: you are doing absolutely great. Until next time, keep practicing diligently, stay wonderfully patient, and always remember, you've got this. Take care, my friend, and I'll eagerly anticipate seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now.